I put my head down at 5:30, and then I remembered, amazingly I remembered I had these. So I thought, well, let's put them in. and I whacked them in. They went in. I think it actually says don't squish them down, but I kind of ignored that because I got odd ears. So I kind of ignored that and just squished them, you know, a little bit, and then gave them a prod. And I must admit, they went in quite well. And like I said, they obviously stayed in. So I think they just say don't use them more than 5 times. I think I saw on the instructions, because you do get like a load. Are you interested in that, Lassie? It's not food. But you do get, when you get this box here, you know, you do get about 20 or something like that. So they don't last forever. So I must admit, it's probably not something that I would use every night, unless you send some more out to me. Well, it's worth a mention, this, isn't it? But I probably wouldn't use them every time I'm camping, because I do sleep normally quite well. I can't get them back in the box now, let's see. Maybe if I put them that way around, yeah, that's better, isn't it? It's like trying to do a jigsaw, and I can't even put two small boxes inside one. I can't even put 2 small boxes inside one big box. Anyway, we got there eventually. Well, we're into the evening. Now, I mentioned to you that I was sent these earplugs things. I've been sleeping on and off for 3.5 hours, and I've just woken up. And it is quite windy out there. And I must admit, I can't really hear anything. I've got the earbuds in. So I'm going to take that one out. And that one out. That's better. Now I can hear my bunged up voice and everything now. Well, the initial finding on these funny little bud things is that they most definitely stay in. That's the first time I've ever had an earbud that stayed in, and they most definitely blocked out a lot of noise. I couldn't really hear anything. The only thing that I noticed when I first started to fall asleep was that I could hear my pulse in my ear, and that's a little bit disturbing. But I think I was so tired. I think if you're really tired, your brain just eventually ignores it, and you carry on your merry way. You carry on your Merry Christmas way. So yeah. They were very good. I'll probably put them in again later just to see what they're like. It's a little bit of an interesting story, really, because I was on one of the Facebook groups, and one of the questions on there was about earbuds, and someone actually recommended these on one of the Facebook groups, outdoor groups. I looked on Amazon and I found them on there, and I got them. Got them myself. I got my own box, which ironically enough was the same, exactly the same as that box. I think about 2 or 3 months ago, I set up an email that I could put on YouTube. So if any company wanted to reach out to me, they could. Or if, any of you want to reach out and ask a question or anything like that, you can. Anyway, so it's under the about. And an email came out. Come and settle down over there, Lassie. Come on, over there. Go and settle over there. And an email came in, and they said, hello, introduced themselves by name, and that they'd seen my YouTube channel and that I'd expressed an interest in these. So that's what I say. I can't remember whether it's because I'd mentioned these on a video, or they were just looking through Facebook and noticed that way. I don't know. And they said, if they sent me out this box of earplug goodies, would I would I be prepared to try them and mention them in a video, I guess. So I replied back, I've never had this before. I've been doing YouTube for like 10 years, and in all that time, people were just, you know, virtually never bother sending me anything, which is fair enough. I don't exactly get, I don't exactly set the world alight with a few hundred views. So I said, yes, okay. I said, I've bought them, but I said, I've not even used them yet. Really, for me, you know, unless it's like really, really windy or hammering it down with rain, and that's going to disturb you, then I'm probably not really too likely, to use them. But it might be worth my while just trying them anyway, because maybe you might get a better night's sleep with them, with less disturbing sounds. I don't know. But anyway, I said, yeah, you can send them out. But I said, have you looked at my channel? You know, I'm not exactly necessarily going to be doing a super fancy Paul Messner, Casey Neistat type of edited, you know, video on these things. I might try them and mention them in a video, and that, you know, I'm not saying I won't do anything else, but it depends really whether I get around to it or not, and whether I actually do or not. And then a couple of days ago, I had an email came through on the new email saying your parcel will be delivered. And I thought, oh, okay, well, they actually did send them. They must be desperate, poor sods. And then not long after that, a nice email came through from the lady saying, we've sent them, hope you receive them. I must reply back to her, actually. So whether you watch this video or not, I don't know, nice lady. But it was nice chatting with you. You were very polite, very polite and friendly. Good company to get something free from. No, I mean, they were nice. I mean, you know, can't really fault it, really. And then they also sent out these as well, which are like a shaped ear plug. So these are like sticky, and you kind of, you know, you stick them in your ear. And then these are kind of, they got these two different, so I'll maybe show them to you tomorrow. Just, you know, so if you do get them through Amazon, then obviously you can get them through an affiliate link below. So I get like a 1 or 2% commission on them. They don't cost you anything. As someone pointed out that I was chatting to the other day, most of the stuff that I use, you know, like these MLD shelters and my PHT down sleeping bags and things like that, you can't get on Amazon or via an affiliate link. So most of the stuff that I use, my MLD rucksack and what have you, most of the stuff I use, I can't say, oh, there's an affiliate link below for it. We're talking about affiliate links. There are a load of affiliate links below, and if you actually do click on one, even if it's not something that you actually want, just click on any one of them, and then from that affiliate link, go and do your shopping, maybe buy your Porsche, or your BMW, or your yacht, or something ridiculous like that. And I will then, as long as you do it within 24 hours, I will get a commission from the very fact that you went to Amazon via that affiliate link, even if you don't buy what the link is. You don't get as much commission because you didn't get what I linked, but I still get something. I think maybe like 0.5% or something. It's quite small, it's not very much. That's what I say, if you do it, make it worth both our whiles, you know, go and get your yacht or something, and then I'll get a nice, a nice commission out of it. So, you know, I still get something. So if you do see those, anyway, I've mentioned that. We're going to put the kettle thing on and have another cup of tea. I brought this, and I still don't like it. I've used it twice, and I still don't like it. Maybe I'm just not used to it, because obviously it's completely different to my titanium mug, but I don't find it comfortable to drink from. You know, the bit that you, oh, Lassie, thank you. You know, the bit that you actually, when it's in your mouth, I'm not used to something quite so thick in my mouth. Whereas this is quite you know, the walls on that are much slimmer, and it's smaller and more rounded. Smaller and more rounded. Maybe like a small round one thing, mate. Oh dear. Oh, let's see. Oh, that rain is coming on down now. You want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year? Oh, that rain really is coming down. Let's see. What we'll do, just for the... That's the other two. What we'll do is it's hammering it down with rain. So we'll we'll have some fun. It says not to squish them, but I still squish them a bit. Now it was raining quite a lot, and then you kind of hold them like that, and then I think the idea is you kind of hold them for like I think for like a minute or so to let them sort of naturally expand and stick inside your ear. Now the trouble is they're so efficient that I can't actually tell whether it's still raining, because I can't hear any rain. You know, the rain did ease off. So rain, why couldn't you have just stayed a bit longer? I mean, it's still raining a bit. So I definitely couldn't hear this light rain. I just needed it to rain a bit heavier for longer. It's difficult to tell because it seemed to be easing off almost straight away. But I must admit, they do seem quite good. And I did hear people on one of the outdoor groups, you know, speak highly of them. So it's not just me, you know, it's not just a YouTube influencer saying there's 20,000 links below. Well, there's too many links below. You got a link below, go and get 20,000 of these, because you can't live without them. That's what I said to the lady. I said, look, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably do something, you know, completely daft. And it's up to you, you know, if anyone sends me something, then, you know, it's on your, it's on your head. I don't know what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to say. I never know what I'm going to say, let alone anything else. Oh dear. Anyway, we're going to have something to eat. We'll probably carry on with Die Hard a bit more, I think. It's a bit, I probably should have put another pillow out, because this is a pump pillow, and I don't know whether it's just got, you know, from age or what, but it's no longer staying filled with air. You can see that when I've been leaning on it, and this was ironically, I thought this time I'll bring another pillow with me. I'll bring something a bit heavier duty. Maybe there are 20 pillow companies out there that want to send me 20 pillows, and I'll do a Tony cannot destroy, or Tony has destroyed all of our pillows a video, but you can see that there is no air, and I've definitely, I know I've put air in it, so that's pretty useless too. Oh well, we're only here one night, so it doesn't really matter. I thought it would be okay because I've used it in the past a long time ago. Anyway, that's enough of my, don't forget to buy these. Oh god. No, all good fun. Everyone's turned off by now, Lassie. Anyway, it's probably still just Pete and a couple of the old faithfuls still out there, desperate enough. Kenneth. Hi Chris. I try and remember some. There's like so bloody few of them, Lassie. We can literally count the 5 people that are likely to watch my videos to the to the end. Yeah. All right. Although I'll give Paul Messner did a live stream the other day. You don't need to go and watch it because he's had like 20 million views on it already. But bless him, he did name drop me a couple of times in there, which I must admit I thought was quite nice. Quite nice. Right. I don't think we'll be doing the Paul Messner style of videos though. Let's see. I don't think we could be that good. Tongue firmly in cheek. Oh, bless him. He gets a bit of stick, doesn't he, from some of my subscribers. You've got to have a thick skin to do this business, I tell you. Anyway, bloody hell, we've waffled about 22 minutes away, and all we've done is just sit here and tell everybody to go and buy these things on Amazon. I think I'm going to put the kettle on and watch Die Hard. I'll give this thing a bit more of a try and see how it goes. I don't really get the... I see everybody using these, and they're obviously sold in the shop, because when I was in Scotland the other day, the other month, I thought, well, I've seen loads of people using these. They must be like really good. I think it's horrible. Absolutely, I think it's trash. I can't get on with it. I just find it, I'm being a bit harsh on it. But I just find it uncomfortable. It's fine to hold, but it's just too big. I don't need a drink that big. Obviously if you want a big one, if what you got isn't big enough and you and you need a big one, then it's probably good. But I just find the lip thing is just too big for me, and my delicate little mouth and everything. I will persevere with it because they do seem quite popular, and you can definitely have more in it. But I find this is just the perfect size for me, and I've used this for God, how many years have I used that for? And I can't do an affiliate link on that either. I'll try and remember to put an affiliate link below for this, because this must be on Amazon surely, but I don't recommend it. Anyway, it's a bit like camera conspiracies. He has affiliate links, and for all the stuff he doesn't recommend. He's quite clever. I don't know if I doubt I'm quite the camera conspiracies of the camping world. Well, good morning everybody. I just thought I would quickly show you my little bit of Christmassy tinsel that I very extravagantly put up yesterday, and then a little dingly-dangly bit over that. We have this box here. These are memory foam tip sleep earplugs, and these are designed that they kind of a bit goes in your ear, but you also have little wings on them. You've got little wings on them. Keep it clean, Fenix. So, and they go inside the ear. And this little packet here, I'll just do a little tiny unboxing video here. It's quite sweet really. You get an instruction book. I went through this yesterday with Mum, and it was quite funny really, because the instructions tell you that you get a carabiner, you get a plastic box, another plastic box, the instructions, and a case. So you get for like 5 items. And it was quite funny going through this with Mum yesterday, because we were trying to work it out. So when you open the box, the instructions tell you that you get 5 items, but you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carabiner, so that's all the main bits. But you actually get 6 items, but these are all your spares. So this is probably this is the Harry and Meghan section. This is a spare. This is just spares. Totally behave. So in here you kind of get basically what it is is there's two different sizes of these things that go inside the ear. So if you've got big elephant ears, then you probably need this size here. And if you've got dainty little pixie ears, then you probably need that size. And you have three options. You have two of these types of funny little gizmo things here, which are like sort of funny shape things, and they can attach. Or you get three different sizes of these funny little bungs, for want of a better word. There's probably some technical things. So that's like, yeah, it's not so much spares. It's to be honest, they're not really spares at all. Well, you could say that these are spares. These wing things are spares, but all the other bits are really just different sizes. So we'll check that there for now. Different sizes for what goes in your ear hole. And then in this box here, you get, that's obviously like, you know, big elephant ear, you know, pieces. So if you've got big Dumbo ears, then you might need this one here. But you just check the instructions and it shows you how to check which size that you need. And basically everything is interconnected. So these bits here, or if you've got little dainty pixie ears, and you might want these little ones rather than these big ones. So everything is interconnected. So you can pull your big earpiece off there, and if you prefer like a bung, then you just put a bung on, and then you put that in your ear, and then this bit here goes inside the ear. So I haven't tried these yet, and obviously this metal bit here, which does come out fairly easily there, that bit's not spare either, so you've got to make sure that you don't lose that. So you get some spare bits but not others. Now, like I said, I've not as yet tried these, but they do look interesting. So there's a big, you might not be able to see it with the GoPro, but there's a big R which indicates that's the right, and then basically you kind of stick it in the ear. But I suspect that my ear is probably a bit too delicate and dainty and pixie, so I probably need the smaller wing thing. You can see, because that wing thing needs to go in there, and then once it's in, it then comes out. But I haven't as yet tried these. And obviously once you know which size you're going to use, then you can put them in this little plastic pot here. That's your little, oops, it's a very pingy, it's a very, oh Christ, it's a very pingy pouch. You'll have to get Barbara Woodhouse on this pouch. I don't think any Barbara Woodhouses, dogs would have been more snappy than that. But basically they can just put your plastic things in there, it fits in. Could obviously attach to that, and then you could just attach that to something if you so inclined, or put it in your handbag. Mr. Humphreys, are you free? I'm free. It depends whether you've got a handbag or not, or just put it in your rucksack or whatever you want to. I'll try these in another trip and just see how they go compared to these. But these, I have to say, were very, very good. You can still hear the wind and the rain and flapping stuff. It doesn't cut everything out. They certainly deaden the impact on things. So, you know, if you are looking for earplugs for day-to-day use, then these I can definitely recommend, because I used them last night and they were very comfortable, easy to use, went in my ear, and I left them in, and it kept all the noise out, and I had a good night's sleep. Now, I probably would have slept well without them, you know, to be fair, but sometimes when we're out camping and there's an almighty wind and it's just hammering it down and it's really noisy, you know, I suspect that they would help, you know, a little bit. And we usually try to take earplugs with us anyway. So that's enough of Tony's marketing corner. Obviously, I'll try and remember to put an affiliate link in the description below, as one does. Well, why the hell not? Everybody else bloody does. So why shouldn't little funny Tony do it? But I have my porridge. If I can extricate my fingers from this thing is going to go for the bloody Christ. This thing is going to go for the bloody jugular before long. If I don't pool of blood around my neck from this thing. Well, it's certainly good anyway. Is there anything going to pop out of that? Good afternoon, everybody. There aren't many, hello down there. There aren't many tents and shelters that you can almost stand up in. And this super mid is certainly one of them. In fact, any big mid, you'd be able to. The dual mid, you can just about, but it's a bit of a struggle. It's not quite as high, obviously. But we've done most of the packing. It's 5 past, 10 past 2 or something like that. It was quite mild. It's not that cold today, although we'll probably notice it more when we venture outside. I did have to go out and get some water and perform a little job, but other than that I have stayed in here the entire morning, just chilling out. Mind you, I didn't wake up until 11, so that was most of the morning anyway. So I'm afraid I don't really do. I maybe I could try and do a bit more sunsetty stuff to try and keep up with some of these other YouTubers, but I'm afraid sunrise stuff, I've never been an early morning person. I think that's the rain coming down again. It's supposed to be sunny intervals from about about 3 o'clock, and we're just gone 2. So I'm hoping that we will normally try and practice leave no trace. So that's the ground sheet in there. I don't think I've got the right. My back. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, sorry. My back these days isn't as strong. The whole body is slowly crumbling and falling apart. Anyway, so that's the ground sheet. We haven't done, you know, very much this trip. We obviously got here around about this time yesterday, so it's 2 o'clock, and we were probably pitching about 2 o'clock yesterday. We've joined the dirty stop out brigade, going out for one night and then pissing off home the next day, which I'm not knocking. I understand. You just have to be careful with your mats, because they're quite light and they can certainly have a tendency to blow off. Is that you, Vicar? So I've put heavy things on everything. A tripod on that one, Lass's mat on that one, and the rucksack on that one. I've got 3. This bit of mat here is really an offshoot. And in fact, I'm gonna have to kneel on it. Oh God. Oh, it's quite a difference outside, that is for sure. Okay. Well, we're going to collapse this down and get it packed up. Okay, well that's us finally packed up. Obviously Lassie has to do one last big splash before we go. Pretty much a good job that it was just one night. I would have struggled on memory space if it had been more than two. So note to self, definitely make sure that you have your memory card in your GoPro. Okay, well the water's definitely dropped last night, because last night it was, if where Lassie is standing, it was coming literally around that grass over there. So all of that grass was flooded, and all of this area here was flooded. All this area here was underwater. So it's definitely dried off a little bit. Anyway, I need to head back now. Unfortunately, my coldy thing seems to have come back, and that's not due to being out here. I'll see you in the next one. I'm hoping to get up to the Peak District in January. That's the plan. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I've been up there twice with a friend, so I think it's time to tackle it alone for 2 or 3 days. Until the next one, thanks very much for watching, and obviously we've done our Merry Christmases, you know, Happy New Year to everybody. I'll see you again soon. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right.